Hi folks, it's Jelly Beans here, and I'm here to talk to you today about being a stay-at-home mom, making extra income, and taking care of dogs. There's 3 specific ways that I take care of dogs, and I would like to go over the 3 different ways and tell you a little bit about each. So here we are outside on this beautiful August day, and I have been taking care of dogs for a few years now, pretty steadily, and there's been some great things about it. And the 3 ways that I take care of dogs is to board dogs, to walk dogs, and do doggy daycare. So the differences between that is doggy daycare and boarding, they're pretty similar. The only difference is that daycare goes obviously just for the day. So the parent drops off and picks up the same day, and boarding is more like overnight for, like, maybe they're on vacation for a week or something like that, and so you have their dog for a week, and that's overnights. And then the third one is walking, which is a whole different animal, really. As there's a lot of great things about boarding and daycare. I'm going to kind of loop those 2 together because they're so similar, but just having the dogs over at your place for the day I really enjoy it. I think it's great to have dogs around. I think they really like to be around me, and so obviously you need to take care of them and like feed them and make sure they're watered and make sure they're exercised and all those different things. And if you do multiple dogs, you have to make sure that they get along, and you have to know a lot about dogs. You have to know a lot about their behaviors, their anxieties, their habits, if they have any triggers. So you have to know a lot about the dogs to take care of them for doggy daycare or for boarding. But for walking is a great gig because it's just like an hour of your day, and sometimes you can take multiple dogs on a walk, which that means you can have multiple times the amount of income. Like for instance, for a while I was walking 2 dogs for an hour, and they were paying me each $25 per walk. So I was making about $50 for an hour and a half after drop-offs and pickups and stuff like that. But I mean, you can get up if you have, maybe you have a neighborhood, and you could just hand out flyers and say, hey, I'm available to walk people's dogs midday. That's usually a pretty important time, midday. And maybe you can walk up to 3, even maybe 4 dogs. I mean, people walk like 12 dogs out in New York and stuff like that, and you probably need some experience and time to get up to that number. But I mean, you can walk a few at a time for sure, especially if they're good walkers. You come to visit us? Jimpy! Okay. Say hi. You can also walk chimps, but they don't give you any money. No. But so as for walking goes, you can charge, I usually personally, it just depends on your area, first of all. I usually charge about $25 for an hour, like 45 minutes to an hour, and then I usually charge about $20 for a half an hour. I mean, you can divide it up into even less time. You can do a 15-minute walk, or just potty breaks, or 20-minute walks. It's kind of up to you. But for an hour, I charge $25 for an hour walk. But I was charging $30 for a boarding, which means you take care of the dog all day and all night for just $30. So ultimately, financially, walking is more of it's easier, takes less time. Obviously, you have to have knowledge about how to walk dogs and what to look for and be careful of and such. And you can bundle it all together, which is also a really good benefit to walking. But the drawbacks are, you don't have dogs around your house, which can make things easier too. But yeah, so that's kind of the gist of it all. You just have to make sure, and that's the tricky part about being a stay-at-home mom, though, too, is if you do dog walks, you either have to leave your kids home, depending on how old they are, or take them with you, which might be challenging, too. But I mean, depending on the dog, maybe you could take your kid in the stroller or whatever, it works. So, I mean, it could work for you, it could not work for you, but boarding and daycare do work for stay-at-home moms because, I mean, you have to walk the dogs anyways, but you can get your kids out of the house at the same time, and obviously you'll be home with the dogs and your kids. So, that's all I got for you today about doggy care and the 3 different kinds. And so subscribe to my channel for more information and to hear all my little brain hacks that I have for you. Give me a like and yeah, keep me posted. Tell me what you do. Are you thinking about doing dogs, or have you done dogs? Or, I mean, just if you have any questions about anything else in regards to dogs, you can feel free to reach out to me and I will reach back out to you. Alright guys, we'll take care. We'll see you next time. Okay, bye.